Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself B. Krishna, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, University College of Engineering, Adikavi Nannaya University. Today I am going to discuss about Introduction to Radar Systems and derive the radar range equation. Introduction to radar. What is meant by radar? Radar is an electromagnetic system for the detection and location of target such as aircraft, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, peoples, and the nature of environment. Here the radar stands for RI means radio, D is detection, A is and R is ranging. Radio means the radio waves or electromagnetic waves are radiated into the space or transmitted into the space through the antenna. And those signals are intercepted by the target if it is available in the space. Then the signals are reflected back to the radar receiver by the receiving antenna. By processing these receiving echo signal, we can detect the location of the target. And next one is ranging. The range is the distance between target and radar receiver station. By processing the received echo signal reflected by the radar target at the radar receiver station, then only we can estimate the range between radar station and target. As well as the radar can perform its function at longer or shorter distances. And also it can perform in difficult conditions such as darkness, haze, rain, fog and snow. The most important attribute of radar system is to measure the distance with high accuracy. Coming to basic principle of radar system. Here, as I told you previous slide, radar is an electromagnetic system used for the detection and location of target. So coming to the block diagram, here we can observe some parts such as transmitter section, receiver section, antenna section and target part. In between we observe two signals such as transmitted signal and echo signal, and one more thing in between the radar station target, that is we can finally estimate the target range. So firstly go with transmitter. Here a portion of transmitted energy is intercepted by the target. How a portion of transmitted energy is intercepted by the target? Initially, the transmitter transmit the radio waves or electromagnetic waves into the space and radiated by the antenna in all direction. Such radiated signals into the space, those are intercepted by the target and reflect back. The reflected back signal such as nothing but echo signal. Those echo signals are received at the radar receiver station by the receiving antenna. So those received signal at the radar receiver station, the signals are processing to detect the presence of the target and its location. And also by processing such signal, we can estimate the range, that is the distance between target and the radar receiver station. And coming to the antenna is used for the transmitter section and also same as the receiver section. So here we can use one antenna, that is duplexer antenna. The duplexer antenna act as both transmitter as well as receivers. So this is the detailed information about the basic principle of radar system. Now we can calculate the range of the target. Okay, as I told you previous slide, after processing the signal, we are finding the location and range. The location is indicated by the 2 points such as direction and height of the target from the earth station. The direction is indicated by using narrow beam antenna, and the height of the target from the earth station is determined by using FM altimeter. And the range is between the radar station and the target. Duplexer antenna. Next one is duplexer antenna. Yeah, the duplexer antenna, it act as both transmitter section, transmitting antenna as well as receiving antenna. The best example is mobile antenna. Here the mobile receives the signal, at the same time transmit the signal through that antenna. So that is the basic function of the duplexer antenna. Okay. Next, range to target. The distance between the radar and target is known as range. Here we can indicate with the V equal to d by t. Here V nothing but velocity of the signal, distance by t. The velocity of the signal is ratio of distance by time. D equal to R and V equal to C, that is the velocity of light. C equal to 2R by TR. The R is range and TR is time taken the radar signal to travel the target and return back to the radar receive station, nothing but TR. And the factor 2 is nothing but the signal is propagating in both ways, either a transmitter as well as receiver. The range equation can be expressed as in kilometers as well as in nautical miles, that is NMI. Suppose the range is expressed in kilometers, that is 0.15 TR microseconds, or suppose the range is in nautical miles, that is 0.081 TR in microseconds. The advantages of the radar system: the radars are used to determine the range and angle of the target. Similarly, it can perform in the condition like darkness, fog, rain, snow and ice. And one of the limitation of the radar system is it cannot recognize the color of the target. There are different types of radars, such as one is continuous wave radar and second one is pulse radar. The next topic is maximum unambiguous range. When the signal is radiated into the space by the radar, there must be some time gap to reach the echo to the radar station before the next pulse is transmitted. The rate at which pulses are transmitted is determined by the longest range. Okay, here before going to the discussion of this particular unambiguous range, what is meant by maximum unambiguous range? The range beyond which the target appears to be as second time around echoes is called maximum unambiguous range. We have to calculate maximum range of the target without any ambiguity. So let us come into the figure. The pulse is radiated into the space by the radar. There must be some gap to reach the echo signal to the radar station before the next pulse is transmitted. If the time between two pulses is too small, then the echo signal from the longest range target is accepted after the transmission of the next pulse. So due to this, there is an ambiguous in the measurement of range. Okay, here first we transmit the first pulse by using transmitter into the space. We are expecting the echo signal reflected back to the radar receiver station, but there is no echo signal present to at radar receiver station, means there is no object. Suppose to again we can transmit the another pulse, that is second pulse. After transmitting the second pulse, the echo signal present at the radar receiver station, there is an ambiguity to measure the range of the target. Why? Because if the echo signal is belongs to the first pulse, then the target is far distance from the radar station. If the echo signal is belongs to the second pulse, then the target is nearer to the radar station. We have to calculate the maximum range of the target, that is R unambiguous equal to velocity of light into pulse repetition time by 2. Here the pulse repetition time is inverse of pulse repetition frequency, therefore R unambiguous equal to C by 2 into PRF. The PRF is represented with FP, therefore unambiguous equal to 2C by 2 into FP, where FP is the pulse repetition frequency. And duty cycle, the duty cycle is the ratio of transmitted on by transmitted on and off ratio, nothing but duty cycle. The transmitted on and off ratio is nothing but pulse repetition time. The another way of duty cycle is determined, that is duty cycle is equal to pulse width into pulse repetition frequency. Next, simple radar equation. Simple radar equation. The purpose of the radar equation is to find the range of the target, and it relates the range of the target to characteristics of transmitter, receiver, antenna, and nature of the environment, and so on. Suppose the isotropic antenna radiates equally in all directions. Let it be the transmitted power of the transmitter is the ratio of transmitted power by surface area of the sphere, that is transmitted power, R equal to Pt by 4 pi r square. Okay, when the transmitted power which is radiated by the isotropic antenna, then the power radiated with a density at a distance of r from the radar station is the ratio of transmitted power by the directive antenna with respect to surface area of the sphere, that is R equal to Pt by 4 pi r square. Also we can find out the another parameter, that is gain of the antenna. The gain of the antenna is the ratio of maximum power density radiated by the directive antenna to the power density radiated by the lossless isotropic antenna, that is G. Therefore, in radar, we can use directive antennas. The power radiated by the directive antenna equal to transmitted power by 4 pi r square into gain of the antenna. Suppose here I transmit the signal by the transmitter section through the antenna in the space. That signal is intercepted by the target. So that intercepted area here we can call it as radar cross section area. That radar cross section area of the target here we can represent with another parameter, that is sigma. Okay. Therefore, the power density of the echo signal at the radar station, that is equal to transmitted power into gain by surface area of the sphere into sigma by surface area of the sphere. Therefore, finally, R equal to Pt, transmitted power, gain of the antenna and cross section area by square of the surface area of the sphere. If here one more thing here, at the minimum detectable signal, if it is the target is in longest range, we can receive the minimum detectable signal at that R maximum equal to PR equal to S minimum. Okay, that receiving power equal to Pt into gain of the antenna and cross section area of the target by surface area of the sphere whole square into AE. Here AE nothing but antenna aperture area. AE nothing but antenna aperture area. So this antenna aperture area is nothing but the radar antenna receives only a portion of the echo signal. Generally, the transmitted signal is radiated in all directions into the space. So the target is intercepted here with a certain amount of cross section area. So such a cross section area is reflected the signal back to the radar receiver station through the antenna, but the sum of the portion of the signal is collected by the radar receiving antenna. Such affected area at the antenna, here we are saying nothing but antenna aperture area. So that is another parameter, nothing but AE, antenna aperture area of the particle is AE. So therefore, by substituting those above values, R power 4 equal to transmitted power into gain of the antenna into cross section area of the target into antenna aperture area by 4 pi whole square into receiving power. If R maximum is the maximum range beyond which the target cannot be detected. If, as I told you previously, if R maximum is the maximum range beyond which the target cannot be detected, and it occurs only when the receiving power is equal to the minimum detectable signal, then R maximum equal to receiving power equal to S minimum. So the range of the equation is modified as here: R maximum equal to Pt, transmitted power, gain of the antenna, cross section area of the target, antenna aperture area by 4 pi R square into minimum detectable signal to the power of 1 by 4. So this equation is called fundamental radar equation. From the antenna theory, we know that the gain of the antenna equal to 4 pi antenna aperture area by lambda square, where G is the transmitter gain, nothing but antenna gain. Here lambda is wavelength of the radiated energy. Substituting these values in above equation, finally we are getting the radar range equation R maximum equal to Pt g square lambda square by 4 pi whole cube into S minimum to the power of 1 by 4. So this is the fundamental equation for the determine the range in between radar from the radar station. Thank you.